Sometimes I'd stay in a shelter or on the street and try to make ends meet however I could. No particular place to be. No, so just on my own.
The hardest part about being homeless was not knowing where we were going to sleep, what we were going to eat next.
I was living on the street. I did a lot of bad things, got a lot of bad things done to me. If you can imagine, I don't know, but it wasn't very good, so. I lost all my toes, frostbite, yeah, so sleeping outside. I'd like to move on from that.
I was kind of going through a rough relationship the past 3.5 years. I was just in and out of apartments and condominiums and things like that. And since February, I had been homeless. It had been really stressful finding a place to stay throughout the winter time and things like that. So
You had stuff stolen.
We
from
had
us.
stuff stolen
we had
from
stuff
us.
stolen from
Medicine, medical equipment that we had.
I was homeless. I was down a path that you couldn't really wish upon anybody. Everything was basically handed to me my whole life. I did not know about humbleness and compassion and all the things that are part of life. And during this time period, I was dealing with a bout of drug addiction and alcohol addiction. I was homeless for a total of close to 5 years.
We'd lived in motels for over a year, and then we lost that and actually lived on the street downtown until people found us and brought us here.
Well, I realized that that's not the way to go through life. But I do know that there's help out there for me, and there's been quite a bit of help out there for me. And that was my time before I became fortunate enough to live in Colonial Park.
I had finally got my interview with Amy and waited a week, and then I got inside the apartment. So I've liked it ever since then.
And the people that were out there to help helped quite a bit.
Kadisha and Rebecca, Corbett.
My name is Corbett Troyer. I'm the Director of Support Services. The mission of Partners in Housing is to provide permanent supportive housing to the most vulnerable individuals and families in Indianapolis. This includes those with very low income as well as those who are chronically homeless. A lot of times our residents come to us with all kinds of backgrounds. A lot of them have trauma in their backgrounds, mental health, addictions, barriers. Some of them have a criminal history. And so we need to be sensitive to all of that as we're working with folks to try to help them transition from oftentimes a life on the street to having a roof on their head and having their own housing. We help them establish primary care with their local physician. We get them connected with mental health and addictions counselors if that's what they need. In some cases, residents are able to gain employment and begin earning money on their own and managing that money in productive ways.
Their self-esteem always rises because they're very appreciative to having their own place. Then it kind of snowballs into that they'll take better care of themselves as far as hygiene and taking pride in their apartment, keeping it clean. And then the next level will be me engaging them in the other services they may need. But initially, it's the self-esteem seems to rise, and they get very appreciative of having their own place now after years and years of being homeless.
And the transformation you see in their demeanor and how they carry themselves and how they interact with other residents is awesome.
Yeah, it was a very good day, yes.
I had a couple neighbors come over in the first couple days, so that was nice just to introduce themselves and get to know who I was and things like that.
It's been a long time since I have a roof over my head, so.
We enjoyed it. We was happy. We slept on the floor for a couple days, but it was pretty good.
Having the freedom and the comfort of living in my own place.
I like it. It's nice being able to cook my own food and have my own space and not worry about getting kicked out from from somewhere else.
I have some space to do some artwork.
On June 23rd, we got married here. Corbett and Kelsey helped put it on. They did a great job. Aaron walked me down the aisle. Joe was our preacher. Molly was in the wedding with my aunt. Best part of that day was our wedding vows.
Be able to lay down somewhere, you know what I mean? Be able to have my own spaces is a big game changer for me, so.
92% of our residents who come to us from homelessness remain stably housed a year later.
It's a lot different, and I'm really thankful for all the people that have helped me in the Partners in Housing group.
Partners in Housing, you can't really describe it as just being a good thing. It's a powerful thing. It's a community thing. It's a thing that helps people like me find themselves again.
One for you guys, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, sure.
People that are really trying from inside their heart and soul to really help. And it's more than just a lifeline or a ladder, or it's kind of like a bright star up in the sky. I can't describe it any way other than it just being the best thing that's ever happened to me.